Also, one of these great benefits is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us to be slaves of Allah. And this is the purpose of our life. Your ubudiyyah, your servitude, your worship, your life, your death is for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And therefore, it's a very delicate meaning here. If that's the case, if that's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us for, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would never make a need for you in someone else's affairs, or that you would get that from another human being. There is no way that there's a human being, a creation of Allah, is or have what you need. What you need is only from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. People, they interact with one another, of course, they take money from one another, they buy and sell. Your heart does not need anything from another human being. And that's a very delicate, as we said, meaning. And this is the level of the hearts being attached to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone. So with one's heart, we do not seek provisions from human beings. You do not seek your salary from your company or from your boss. You seek that with your heart from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that's why you get it by the obedience of Allah. You take the physical means, and at the end of the month you get your salary and so on. MashaAllah, this is great, and you would do the physical means in the most perfect way, better than everyone else. But in your heart, the bestower is Allah. Al-Razzaq is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The benefit of that is that nobody would make you compromise your deen. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that in the Quran. He did not say that your provisions is in the earth here, even though we eat what's on the earth and the wealth is on the earth. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَفِي السَّمَاءِ رِزْقُكُمْ وَمَا تُوعَدُونَ. In the heavens is your provisions and what you have been promised. What does this verse mean? وَفِي السَّمَاءِ رِزْقُكُمْ وَمَا تُوعَدُونَ. What does it mean that in the heavens is your provisions? You know, this is the words of Allah. Is that contradicting to the fact that our provisions is on the face of earth? We eat the plants that are planted on earth. We don't receive, the food from above. It's right there. The money, the wealth, all of that is on the face of earth. So why the verse says, وَفِي السَّمَاءِ رِزْقُكُمْ? In the heavens is your provisions. Why? Because the provider is who? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the one that is above His creation. So your provisions comes from above. So don't turn down for your provisions. Do not humiliate yourself asking a human being for your provisions, but rather we need to turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that's the effect of believing that Allah is Al-Mannan, is Al-Hannan, is to turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by being obedient to Allah, by having the hearts attached to Allah, while you perform the physical and the means that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created. And whoever does not take the physical means, they're lying about their faith that they are relying on Allah, because there's no such a thing as relying upon Allah if a person doesn't take the physical means. Otherwise it does not even get perceived that a person would be upon this. But the fact is, He created you to worship Him alone. And there's no way that another human being or the creation of Allah will be then the source of need for you that would take you away from the ibadah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to the believers, Ya ibadi inna ardi wasi'a. Oh, my slaves, my earth is vast enough for you to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So when someone takes another human being as an excuse why they disobey Allah, or they take human beings as an excuse why he does not obey Allah, or his countrymen, or the environment that he's in, they would say, how can we be obedient to Allah when everybody is not? Or when the environment is bad, or when this and that. This is all not excuses, not valid excuses. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us to worship Him alone, and to be patient, and to be upon what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered us, because everything is from Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the bestower of all things.